Welcome back to News 4 this morning. And this morning we are catching up with a Harris hero we introduced you to last month. It's a young girl battling cancer who refused to let that get in the way of her love of basketball.
Well, a News 4 viewer saw that story and wanted to make another dream come true for Emily Lindeman. Our Steve Harris has an update in this week's Harris Heroes.
Bedford Falls was never what you'd call a noisy neighborhood until the motorcycles showed up. Lots of motorcycles.
They're on down, they keep coming.
All here to see her. 17-year-old Emily Lindeman. Emily lost her dad to leukemia in 2010. 2 years later, she was diagnosed with a bone cancer that cost her her left leg.
Excited?
Eventually, it came back in her other leg, her lungs, and now in her hip.
And this one's inoperable, and there's not much they can do about it. So we're praying for a miracle.
And that's the reason this bunch of bikers lined the street. But this crowded cul-de-sac began with a phone call from this woman, Beth Cerami.
She saw my Facebook post about Emily supposed to be, coming up with things for her bucket list.
And I said, would she like to ride a Harley Davidson? Because we have one.
And I said, she's a thrill seeker. I can't see why she wouldn't. And I asked Emily, and she's like, yeah, Mom, of course.
And I invited everybody, and they told friends.
Ready.
So Emily geared up for her first ride on a Harley.
I didn't think I'd be able to because of my foot.
Take your time.
They tell me there's only a handful of things that can make a biker cry. This is one of them. Emily led the long line of riders down Highway 40.
And I just turned around and saw that it just kept going and going and going. There were so many people.
To Chesterfield.
How was it?
Awesome.
Where Sir Dyke Motorsports
Your very own.
gave her a ride of her own.
It makes me feel really happy because I didn't know that many people cared.
She's fighting, and she's got a team of biker family behind her now fighting with her.
Guys, the Illinois Patriot Guard head riders there, Steel Mayhem Brotherhood, Highway Hooligans, Messiah's Chosen, Teamsters, Horsemen, 150 motorcycles came into that subdivision. They're lined up down the block. A lot of them gave money to her. Cyberg's restaurant helped out, and then they gave her that Yamaha scooter. It was a great day for her. And I will tell you what got to me the most was standing in the cul-de-sac and seeing these bikers in their leather wiping tears away. I'll never forget it. It was a great story.
Big tough guys, big soft hearts, right, Steve? Good stuff.
Yeah.
And in those times of need, when you need the support the most, to see all of that outpouring of love for her, well deserved.
Great story.
Steve. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Steve.